Good afternoon. Today is still Tuesday, March 26th, 2024. And I am back with another episode. Thank y'all once again for tuning in. And I got another one for you. So, I remember working on a job once, right? And me and one of my coworkers was talking. And he was just whining and complaining about how we haven't had a raise in X amount of years and this and that, and how our boss or whatever, the guy we were working for, he can pay us more than what he's paying us, and so forth and so on. Like how the rich people ain't this and that, and he should pay us more, right? And I explained to him, like, look, man, that man ain't going to business for us. He went in business so he wouldn't have to be us. Let me rewind that a little bit. My coworker was complaining about we wasn't making what he thought we should be making, which we wasn't. The owner, the guy we worked for, he could afford to pay us more, which he could. All that was true. But what's also true is that man didn't start his company to do us a favor. He started his company so he wouldn't be us, standing around the time clock complaining about we not making enough. It's a big debate now in the United States about they need to raise the minimum wage. The minimum wage is not enough. It's not a livable wage. It never was meant to be. It was meant and designed to do just what it's doing. Keep you at a minimum. Where they need you to be. They need you to stay broke. They need as many people as possible to stay broke. You get it? So ain't no point of you sitting around crying and whining about their minimum wage. They might raise it a few pennies here and there just to calm the people down, the peasants down a little bit. But overall, it'll never be to where you will be able to go live where the guy you work for live. It don't work like that. The guy we were working for, he used to be at the time clock too. He got tired of it. But instead of expecting, because I know the guy, instead of expecting somebody else to make his way easy, to give him the life that he wanted to live, to pay him enough for the life he wanted to live, he decided, I'm gonna go out and get it myself. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to move the truck to outside the port, so I had to start over. So anyway, as me and my guy was talking, my coworker was talking about how our boss is not paying. Well, he was saying all that. I agree with him, but I wasn't complaining about it because I understand what's going on, right? And all our boss was doing was what he needed to do so what he wouldn't be standing around that time clock complaining about he not making enough. He didn't start that company for us or his employees or whatever. Let me do these people a favor and start a company. He did that for him and his family to buy their freedom from the plantation. Okay. A lot of us let me give y'all a stat, right? Which y'all probably heard this number before. 99% of the people in the world are average, just working class people. 1% are elite. The haves, pretty much. The wealthy, rich people. 1%. Why do you think that is? Do you think those people at the top are just that smart? A lot of people think they stole it or whatever, I don't believe that. Do you think they're just that smart and the rest of us are just goofy? So out of every 1,000 people, what's 1% of 1,000? 1 person is smart. Or is it one? Y'all get it. It's a lot. I know 10% of 1,000 is 100. 10. I'm getting old, y'all. 1% of 1,000 is 10. So out of 1,000 people, 10 of them are smart. 990 of them are goofy. That is not true. What happened was, the reason it's like that, because the 99% were programmed to be broke. I said it. 99% of the people on planet Earth were programmed with a software, not a computer chip, I'm just using that for an example, programmed by society, the government, or whatever you want to call it, to be broke. Some of us are under the illusion that the government works for us. We work for the government. And the government ain't the politicians that we see on TV and Congress and Senate and the president. That's not the government. Government stands for the governing body. Who's governing the world is not the politicians. They answer to somebody that we don't know, that we don't see. That's who has programmed us to be broke, so that we will have to continue to work for them throughout history, throughout the world. I'm not making it up. You can check it out for yourself. And what ends up happening is, let me tell you how they program you. The first way they program you is from a child, what your parents teach you. They teach you to go out and get a job, work hard, buy you a house and a car and blah, 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 on credit. 99% of our parents don't teach us to be entrepreneurs, bosses, to own your company. They don't teach us that. They teach us to grow up, be a good citizen, go to church, love Jesus, either go to college or the military and get a job. That's what most of us were taught by our parents from birth. That's where the programming began. Then as we get older, we go to school. We learn the golden rule. We learn our ABCs, the 1, 2, 3, right? Reading, writing, and arithmetic. We grow on up through our school. We go to college. Get your little degree, whatever you want to get it in. Boom, you think you're on your way now. I've arrived. Not knowing all you've been done is programmed. You just received a programming to go work for somebody. They are not teaching us to be independent. They are not teaching us to be self-sufficient. We're all programmed to be dependent on them. I ain't depending on nobody, big ward. I got my degree and blah, 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 blah. You depending on them in order to be able to use your degree. You're not using your degree to work for yourself. You got your degree to go work for somebody else. So therefore, with your degree, you still dependent on somebody. for your income, for your living, for your survival. You got your biology degree. You still dependent on somebody to hire you as a biologist or whatever y'all call it. When you got a biology, I'm just using that for an example. You still not independent. And you're going to go only as far as your programming will allow you to go. The programming that they gave you, you only go that high, as far as you're going. The 1% got where they are because they shorted out, diffused, canceled the program. The program that told them, that tells all of us to just get you a job, get you a degree, get your wife and kids and be happy. That programming right there, tell you go get you some credit, get you good credit. Got people around here believing credit is better than cash. I heard somebody say that. They'd rather have a 800 credit score than $1 million cash. I actually heard somebody say that. That is programming. So it got you, in order to have credit, you got to go in debt. Debt equals broke. If you financing something, you can't afford it. But the program allows you to get it anyway, so that you have to continue to be on that treadmill or that, whatever they call that thing them hamsters be on, making your payments to keep your credit score high. I ain't knocking that, because most of us was born, including myself, into this system not knowing what we were in for. We didn't know. Our parents didn't know. Now with more information, more technology or whatever, a lot of us are able to start breaking out, start realizing, hey, something going on here. This ain't by this ain't by accident, this ain't no coincidence. That the majority of people are broke, are struggling, are just working on a job, and only a handful of people got all the money. That's not a coincidence. It's a programming. Most people are taught, don't even worry about having all that money. Money's the root of all evil, blah, blah, blah. Y'all have heard the teaching before. All that is programming. Church is programming. College is programming. School is programming. Do y'all remember when we used to have shop in school? You know, wood shop, auto mechanic. They taught trades in school, in high school. And they removed them. Because what that was doing was creating too many entrepreneurial mind people. Not enough foot soldiers, not enough workers. It was creating people that wanted to go out and do their own thing. They had to remove that from school. A lot of people say, nah, they removed it trying to keep black people down. No, they took out of white schools too. They were trying to keep people down. It had nothing to do with race. They took out of white schools too. It's a programming, y'all. We are programmed to be broke. And a few people, like with any program, any computer program, any software, any microchip, whatever, there are people out here that know how to break the code. Those are the people that make it about the average zone. From broke to average, as far as they're going to let you go with the programming we had, as far as you can go. A lot of us, majority of us, most of us conform to the system. We okay with the way it is because we don't know it's supposed to be no different. The majority of us don't believe that we're supposed to be bosses. A man don't work, a man don't eat. True. It didn't say you had to work for another man though. It just said you had to work. It didn't say you couldn't work for yourself. As a matter of fact, you should be working for yourself. So you can hand your business down to your offspring. I don't know, maybe Big War just ranting. You know, I'm just talking, running my mouth, babbling. But I believe people were programmed to be broke. People were programmed to be good workers. Even with your college degree, you're a high-level worker. Even on the slave plantation, there were different levels of slaves. All the slaves weren't field slaves. You had house slaves. You had slaves that knew how to do the horseshoes. You had slaves that knew how to build. You had slaves that knew how to do medicine, how to cook, all types of skills on the plantation. Everybody went on the same level. There were slaves that knew medicine. You name it, there was a slave that can do it on the plantation, where the plantation owner didn't have to go a lot of places to get done what he needed done. He can get it right there on his plantation. All slaves went out there picking cotton. And all slaves nowadays ain't working at McDonald's. Your degree determines where you work on the plantation. But your degree ain't getting you off the plantation. It just teaches you how to work on the plantation. Giving you your assigned duty. Whatever you went majored in is your assigned duty on the plantation. Oh, you're an accountant? You're an accountant on the plantation, unless you're working for yourself. Big word, everybody can't work for themselves. That's the programming. Big word, everybody ain't meant to be rich. That's the programming. Whenever you hear people saying that, that's the program talking. Big word, everybody ain't gonna be no boss. That's the programming. Now, you ain't gonna be no boss, because your program is good and strong. No, you ain't gonna be rich, because your program is good and strong. They got you with a good programming. Whoever programmed you was one of the best at what they do. Big word, everybody ain't meant to be rich. Your program told you that. Big word, I don't feel like dealing with all the headaches and paperwork that come along with being my own boss. Your program told you that. It's all programming, people. Art imitates life. When you watch movies or whatever, a lot of that stuff is based off stuff that really happened, stuff that really exists. Even though, no matter how strange it seems. The Matrix. The Matrix. Blue pill, red pill. I ain't gonna say no more. Real life Matrix. Programmed to believe what somebody else wanted you to believe. Not what you wanted to believe. Not what you know is true. What they wanted you to think is true. Who the they are? The they we've been talking about since the beginning of time. They. Them people. You know who they are. The ones that'll get me took off of here if I say too much about them. If I seem too smart, the ones that'll have me removed. That day. But right now, to them, I'm just a babbling idiot. Except to the people that know. We're all programmed. Some of us, including myself, realize something ain't right, and I don't like this. So my program starts shortening out. It got wet or something, with dreams and ideas. I wanted to do better and be better. I wanted to have more than this. And my program started being defective. To where now, I'm trying to get off this plantation. I'm trying to be the 1%. Because now, I believe I can. With the programming, I didn't believe I could. With the programming, I didn't think it was possible. With the programming, I thought rich people were people that stole. They stole from people to get there. The programmer told me, don't come up with no ideas, it ain't gonna work. Don't think outside the box. Just go along to get along. Follow, just do this simple, safe way over here. Don't worry about having all that money. Money is the root of all evil. That's what the program said. Don't put forth all that hard work. When you're working too hard for, you need a break. Go get you some rest. That's the programming. We were programmed to be broke, y'all. It's up to you. I'm giving you the message. For those that didn't know, whether you believe me or not, somebody told you. You ain't got to believe me. But you've been programmed to be where you at. If you struggling, broke, ain't got nothing, it seems like everything you do, everything you try fail, because you're programmed to fail. You gotta reprogram your mind. Reprogram your thinking. And your life and your circumstances will change. Defeat that program. Start on your journey now. Do some research and some reading, some learning. Get off these people's job. Get your own. Stop standing around that time clock complaining about you ain't making enough. They won't give us a raise or they won't raise minimum wage. Stop that. They're not going to raise it. If they do, it ain't going to be enough to make a difference. Because they're not supposed to be. You programmed to be broke where you at. You supposed to be, you right where they want, where you supposed to be. Everything is working fine for them. All the complaining we doing, well, not me. I used to, I say we because I am one of y'all. I just broke the program. All this complaining we doing, they know about it. And they know we supposed to be complaining. Ain't nothing gonna change until you change it. Till you realize you've been programmed and then you gotta do something about it to fix your situation. You're programmed to be broke. That's why you broke. That's why you stay broke. No matter how bad you don't want to be, that's why you stay broke. You're programmed to go get a car, $80,000, $90,000, and finance it. You're programmed to do that. You programmed to go get 5 and 10 credit cards and max them out. You programmed to do that. To make those foolish financial decisions you making, you programmed by social media, TV. It's in the airwaves for you to make. They're programming you to make dumb decisions. Decisions that are going to keep you at the bottom. It's a program, y'all. That's why your credit cards are maxed out. That's why you got that Corvette paying $1,500, $1,600 a month, car note or more. That's why. You programmed to be broke. Get it? Got it? Good. Bye.